Hey, welcome back. This week we hustle south for about 120 nautical miles, stopping at a few remote anchorages along the way and end up at Eucott Hot Springs. It's early September, and while it's not particularly late in the cruising season up here, we don't want to get stuck somewhere if foul weather rolls through. We brought Ciao Bella over to the west coast with the goal of getting some quality work done in Port Townsend, and the longer we wait, the worse some of our issues are becoming. So at this point, the plan is to be south by the end of the month. That's why we're really hustling through this part of British Columbia.
So we stopped at this place called Shearwater. It's so convenient. Really. It's like about 100 Canadian a night. So we're only staying a night, but we were able to fill up all of our tanks, get propane. The fuel dock is right next door, so we're gonna fill up one of our diesel tanks. Then the grocery store's right next to the laundromat, so we reprovisioned and did a ton of laundry, and it's all like pretty affordable, and all in one place, like within 5 feet of one another. So definitely a great place to stop to just like rest and recuperate. R&R. Yeah, it's pretty late. I think it's almost noon, which is when we're supposed to get out of here. I think we're probably just gonna anchor right outside of Shearwater while we finish doing a couple things, and then the next stop is gonna be a hot spring. It's called Eucott Hot Spring, and we're super stoked for that.
We anchored just outside of Shearwater in this place called Beales Bay to prepare for our trip to Yukot Hot Springs.
Looks pretty deep,
Oh, look at those starfish. Porter, what is that?
right here.
We are headed to that dark point right now. It is, it would be clear today if it weren't for, it's not fog. This is actually clouds from fire, I think. The whole area smells like burning wood or like almost acetone. So that's interesting. Yeah, we're going to Yukot Hot Springs. It's a pretty shallow cove, and apparently bears are known to like cruise in those hot springs. Which, I'm not about that. I'm looking forward to being in an area where there are no bears. Like, I like to view wildlife from very far away. Like, I'm frightened of bears. We're just getting there in one day because there's no real good place to anchor along the way. And then we'll probably either stay for a night or two because it's taking about 5 or 6 hours to get there. And tomorrow or the next day we will head down south. And then we begin our Vancouver Cape Caution, then like Vancouver Island endeavor. We wanted to get to Port Townsend by mid-September, but the past it's just been taking us like a long time to get through the past couple hundred miles for some reason, even though they're all pretty much the same at this point, like all the places, unless there's something to do, like the hot spring. We'll probably get to the Port Townsend area closer to like the end of September, I think. I'm hoping in the 20s. I really don't want to be cruising longer than September because this boat, the longer we wait to work on it, the more things break. Like the worse the items that are already broken are getting. Yukot Hot Springs sits tucked into a small bay along Dean Channel on British Columbia's central coast. The anchorage here is shallow but protected, and the spring itself is just a short dinghy ride ashore. Just doing a preliminary bear check. So far, so good. This is like prime time bear territory right here. Apparently there's photos of people in the hot spring just looking at bears right here. Yukot Hot Springs exist because of the geology of the central coast. Rainwater seeps deep into fractures in the bedrock, where it's heated by Earth's natural geothermal gradient.
As that water warms, it dissolves minerals from the surrounding rock and rises back up through cracks in the granite. Along this stretch of Dean Channel, those fractures reach the surface right at the shoreline, where the heated groundwater emerges as a hot spring. The result is this small pool of mineral-rich water constantly flowing and naturally replenished, created by processes happening hundreds of meters beneath the mountains around us.
The hot water comes out just from the wall, like it's just like a natural spring, and then you unplug the pipe and the water that's coming out of this, hot, like hot. Let in more hot water, and it made it so much hotter, like within seconds.
Although the hot spring itself is completely natural, the pool we're soaking in was shaped with boulders and a concrete slab by locals from the old mill town of Ocean Falls. Back when the town was booming, people would boat out here to soak in the mineral water, but the springs have been used for thousands of years by the indigenous. We considered taking a cold plunge post-bathing in the springs, but there were some creepy little critters crawling around at the water's edge, so we decided against it.
Temperature right now is probably like 60, 65, so it's super nice out. Wow. Stop singing that song. This is wild. Kind of want to check out, this is my gear right now, just in case. This is probably so slippery. Wow. Wow.
We read that there were more springs around the bay, so we took the dinghy for a stroll, but couldn't find any. We did find some Canadian geese, and the landscape around us is truly gorgeous. Thanks so much for watching. You may have noticed the lack of drone clips from our time in BC so far. Unfortunately, we were not able to legally fly over here because our drone was too heavy, and getting certified to fly here is too challenging. You'll just have to believe us when we tell you how beautiful it is over here. Join us next week as we round the fjord Cape Caution.